Both Cable and Deadpool use the dead family trope.
They're superheroes. Literally, all of them are orphans.
7 o'clock. Well, 8 o'clock.
It's real hard to find a superhero that isn't an orphan. For real.
That's true. It's like a
You
good
an
family.
orphan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yep. This is a new story, though. Like, these are new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody,
But one of them was able. Well, no, not everyone's seen it.
someone want to do the read?
What's the read?
The Suburban Pro read?
Oh.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll
Well.
email it to you. Who wants to do it?
I'd love to. I'll do it.
Yeah, he said I'd love to.
It's at the end, right?
No, we're gonna do it first.
Okay, good.
We're gonna open the episode with it.
Fwit.
No, I don't read, you fucking fucks. I'm on everything. Sketch. Ben. Just type in Ben. I wrote it. Freestyle it if you want to.
Do you want it to sound written or conversational?
Both.
Okay.
You want to take a shot first? All right.
Sure.
Do you know what Mama Juana is?
No, I did not.
It's a Dominican drink.
Yeah.
It is brandy,
Okay. Already down.
red wine, red wine.
Wed.
When I was a kid, I had a horrible speech impediment, and ours was one of them.
Oops. Now I feel
red-
like an asshole.
Red wine and honey, fermented in wood chips.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, so
This says Suburban Pro Studios is home to two home to two
it's
state.
home. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Glad I read it first. This would have been recorded.
It's
home
to two state-of-the-art recording facilities and world-class engineers, and multiple world-class engineers.
Okay.
I can resend that to you if you
No,
want.
don't worry about it.
Because that makes it sound like there's only two, and I don't know how many engineers they have.
Got
My
it.
skin is peeling.
Man,
Oh, I could say
should've
world-class
raised-
engineers and two state-of-the-art recording facilities.
You can do either or.
Sorry,
All right,
I won't burp while we're recording.
So there's a specific way to take a Mama Juana shot, and I feel like I have to find it for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
How to?
You gotta shove it up your butt.
Since it's African, man. Since it's come from the land, I'm gonna take a shot.
Are you?
Yeah, since it come from the
Shove
land.
it up your butt.
This is all we have left.
Where the shot at? Ain't no shot glass?
No, you only brought
Ain't
3
no shot
because
glass? I'll take my shot after.
Cup your hands.
I'm not doing that.
take a drink out of that.
I don't want to drink.
Hit it.
Then fine, give it back, man. This is white
Oh,
people.
white people. First thing I thought.
White
these
people.
are white. White people.
All right, so no, we're not gonna worry about it.
Okay.
I'll do it next time. It's supposed to be like a
Boom,
dance, like
boom,
you're
boom,
saying
boom.
you gotta put it up, down, low, straight ahead, and then you gotta do a dance. It's really
You
stupid.
want to do the haka right now?
I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's called a haka. All right, so
Do you know what the haka is?
No.
That's what the New
Maori.
Zealand. They like hit their bodies and like. Wow. Okay, you should. You
Look
should
it up.
watch
It's
it.
awesome.
It's fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
it's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
All right, Mama Juana shots. Dominican's finest. See how this tastes.
To your mamas.
Yep.
Sweet Jesus,
Yeah, that's
that's amazing.
It tastes like medicine.
It does.
that's the bottle.
Tasty medicine,
I
but-
bought it from the duty free. 'Cause that's the only time you can bring alcohol out of the country.
Duty.
Free duty.
So that doesn't taste as good as the stuff they had at the resort.
The fresh stuff, probably.
Yeah. But I bought Aaron has a whole bottle with the wood chips, and I bought we were gifted that we had to buy. It was a weird situation. A bottle with wood chips in it with our pictures on it.
Hey,
So
I'm gonna ask you if I can record this, and then before we start, I'm gonna go live, so you can like cut it up on your own. Do you edit it all?
yeah, all the time.
Okay, so I can say this right now.
I kind of want to go seamless.
Oh, okay.
One
We can
take,
do that too,
seamless.
and then I'll just.
Like I want this to be the start of the show as soon as you start reading it.
Okay.
This episode of the 60 Minute Shit Show is brought to you by
All right, you guys ready?
Are you ready?
Born ready.
Action.
This episode of 60 Minute Shit Show is sponsored by Suburban Pro Studios. Located in South St. Louis, Suburban Pro Studios is home to world-class engineers and 2 state-of-the-art recording facilities. With affordable rates and a comfortable recording environment, your next project will come to life with their audio and technical expertise. So if you're serious about your craft or project, give them a call at 314-838-4344 or search the internet for Suburban Pro Studios.
And there you have it.
Yo.
Episode 14. Let's get into it.
Episode
14.
14.
Oh my God. We made it, you guys.
Oh, I gotta go live now.
We
Can I
made
go
it.
live?
Oh, no, my gum.
Are we live?
We all made it past 13.
Yo, what's up, Jake?
Yeah, you know what? I should have skipped episode 13 on some superstitious shit.
Episode 13.
Damn, day 25 after transplant. Fucking, what's his, C.T. Fletcher got a heart transplant.
Yeah.
Damn. Today?
No,
It's
25 days ago.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh, 25 days ago. Shit.
It's
Yeah,
kinda-
he's
it's-
up walking
He
around.
lifting weights already?
No, but he
Oh, man.
He looks like death. He doesn't look good.
He doesn't
But
look
he's
good.
alive.
He's alive.
So I imagine
heart
it,
transplant?
He's walking around wearing someone else's heart.
How does he
imagine
get
it-
a heart transplant?
I imagine at
though?
25 days, I think you know that the donor or whatever that
worked.
it took.
It took.
Yeah.
What's up, Chase?
But you never know. You never
So
know.
I have my can. I just realized I have my can of PBR facing the.
That
so
works.
We're not sponsored by
This,
it, but
But hey, if you want to
If
hit us
PBR,
up,
PBR,
wants
if you
to
wanna-
sponsor us,
if you want to throw us some money.
please.
All right, so let's get into the show.
Yo,
I feel naked on this thing
Why?
Are you naked?
because I don't wear a tank top in public very often.
Oh, shoulders out.
bunch of fucking clowns.
All right, the first topic of this evening. What up, Kyle?
Sons
Is
up,
What up, can't?
Roseanne Barr.
Oh,
Oh, Roseanne.
Yay.
She
Roseanne.
calling bitches monkeys.
Hey, all right. Let me keep it 100 with you guys.
Okay.
Racist, sure.
obviously.
I pulled up a picture of who she was talking
Does
about,
she look like a monkey?
and I knew,
Hey, bro.
No.
I knew
Let
the
me see that
exact
picture right now.
character. I knew the exact
Let
character.
me see the picture right
All
now.
right, I gotta pull it up. I knew the exact character she was making a reference to, and so that kind of takes a. We know she says fucked up shit all the time, but this
Didn't she like have like some like Jewish cookies or something? And she was
She
like
had
dressed like
she made
Hitler.
she made Hitler cookies. I don't
She
know what
did.
a Jewish cookie is, but she made Hitler cookies.
Like she had like a image of her dressed like
Hitler,
Hitler,
and then maybe they Star of David cookies, something like that, or
and then she was
Really?
baking
yeah, it was bad. Whatever it was.
gingerbread people.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There it was.
What
Yeah.
the?
Yeah,
She's
so
been-
she was dressed like Hitler.
Right.
Baking people-shaped cookies.
Yes, baking people-shaped cookies. Yes. So that's
Well.
Roseanne Barr. Like I don't even know how people got past that. You know what I mean?
That's before she was in charge of anything. She was just a wild. I don't know
I
if
mean,
you
she
can call
got
her
her
a
show
comedian.
back after that.
After that, yeah.
I think
Was
it's
it you guys that shared that tweet that was like, oh no, it wasn't. It was something I saw somewhere. Anyway, someone pointed out that like, it's tough to tell that the level of racism that gets you fired or makes you president.
Damn.
And I was like, oof.
I think
My heart.
I feel really bad about this. I swear to God, I do. But
Is she like a little monkey?
this is the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes movie. Do you know what character she's talking
Oh,
about?
Oh, she do look like
turn
a
that
little
around.
monkey.
Turn that around.
She do like a little monkey. I mean,
I
that's,
mean-
I mean,
whatever.
I'm not agreeing.
No.
But as far as joning is concerned,
It's funny.
I knew exactly
I
who
have
she
no
was talking
idea.
about.
No idea.
All right, so I'll pull it up.
What did she
I mean,
say
this isn't good for
exactly
radio. or not.
verbatim?
This ain't good for radio.
What's
Verbatim.
up, Dylan?
What did she say?
What is? I don't know. I
You
mean,
don't know what she said verbatim? Why are we talking about?
What?
She
talking about
said
Roseanne?
somebody. She said this
Oh.
person on Obama's presidential campaign team or something like that was a
Uh-huh.
combination of
something
A
Muslim.
Saudi and Planet of the
Saudi
Apes character.
monkey.
and a Planet of the Apes character, not a monkey, a Planet of the Apes
So
character.
she was
Saudi Planet of the
referencing
Apes.
the character in the middle.
Oh, the woman in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny.
See now, okay, so
As far as
Roseanne's fucking crazy. She has been forever. That's not exactly
Hey,
calling
she didn't-
somebody
she
a monkey.
Didn't call somebody a monkey.
No, but see, the problem
she
is
just called her a character.
the problem is in
let
this
us slide.
climate you can't refer to a black person as a monkey. You just can't. So like,
right? Yeah.
she could have been just joning, right? Like, you look like you know, like I can
It
say
could have
you-
been anything
we
else.
You know what I'm
Let her
saying? Like
slide
you
on
look
that
like
one.
fucking whatever. You know, like. but she just
I thought
chose.
she said she was a monkey. I thought
NBC
she
was
called
not
her a
having
flat-out
that shit,
monkey.
dude. NBC shot her shit down.
NBC
They were
like,
like,
airing
oh,
the episode.
Wanda Sykes quit
Wanda
first.
Sykes quit in the morning time,
Yeah.
and by the afternoon, NBC's like, you're canceled, which really sucks for everyone else because there's a character from Shameless who's on this Roseanne show that I like a lot,
I feel bad for
and I just feel bad for everybody.
John
Goodman.
All those guys, a lot of those people quit.
I saw John Goodman on a talk show with her. It was like Conan O'Brien or something like that. And she was just running her mouth, saying crazy shit, supporting Trump and all that stuff. And John Goodman the whole time is just like,
It's this thing. I feel like the people who support Trump, people who like Trump, like since he became
They
the
like that
president,
show.
they feel way more confidence,
Yeah.
and they feel like this weird sense of hubris.
Yeah, people do a lot
Sure,
more
sure.
racist shit now.
Yeah. And like,
Than they would.
and it comes and bites
4
them in
years
the
ago.
ass. It bites them in the ass. You know what I'm
I
saying?
read a headline today that was saying that the like social media shaming of racists is actually working, and that
it
like
might.
and that like they still speak out, but when they do, like there's consequences and they have to deal with it.
Yeah,
Which
makes sense. I mean, everything is the time of technology. Everything is more amplified. Like everything you see is amplified,
yeah.
and racism that's even more amplified now. So like maybe
Shit's not acceptable
she was
anymore.
saying she could have been saying wild shit the first run of Roseanne, and we just didn't know
I
about
mean,
it.
she,
because there was no.
I mean, the fact
Yeah,
that
she
she
went
got
on
that
Twitter.
show back
Yeah.
after those cookies. I mean,
Yeah.
so
And it was
Oh,
like
and she made,
rated
uh,
number one.
Do you remember that national anthem she sang at a baseball game
So bad.
where she purposely made it really awful?
Yeah.
Wait,
you
what?
imagine that? Yeah, she sang at
I mean,
a
she's a
baseball game,
comedian.
and she did it really, really poorly. Like, I made a mockery of it, and now everybody's like, all about flag worship and all that shit. Thanks to the NFL,
Oh
but
man,
we wouldn't have stood for that
That's
now.
the other thing I've seen a lot of is that the people that are crying out that like she was just exercising her First Amendment rights were also the people that were like, "Fuck yeah, fine them for
Dude.
kneeling in the NFL."
Yeah.
am
That's
I
good.
am I wrong for knowing that as an American citizen, I am a world thug? Like the rest of the world hates me because we're terrible people.
I'm not laughing at what you're
I
saying.
don't understand what you're meaning, though.
Like we terrible, dog.
Yeah,
Who's terrible?
we are.
the states.
We pay taxes to this motherfucker. We part of the problem.
Well, I mean, no.
What?
A
Hold
little
on,
bit.
no. That's not how that works.
I mean, we
We
can't
pay
do nothing
taxes
about it.
We pay taxes because we have to. It
I
comes
mean,
out of
we
every
can't do
dollar.
nothing about it.
But like,
Room pain.
I don't know. St. Louis, the United States has a lot to be embarrassed for, and if you ever leave the country, they'll make you very, very well aware
Yeah.
of the things you should be embarrassed about. And unless you're just a complete pretentious Fort Knox and you're locked in, then, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I know what I'm trying to say, but I can't say it. You're gonna feel bad.
I just say fuck.
You know
it,
what I mean?
man. Be
Unless you're
proud
built of unless you're built out of iron, you leave the country, you're gonna feel bad. They're gonna make you feel bad.
Be proud of it, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lions don't feel bad when they eat gazelles.
The United States has a lot to be self-conscious about, and when you leave the country, they'll remind you.
See, I don't.
We're like, I mean, a lot of countries are fat
Man, we
nowadays.
started
That
them
they
wars.
kind of caught up thanks to fast food and all that stuff. Like Japan's catching up with
we
obesity and
pay
stuff
for
like
all
that. But
those
we're typically
regime
like,
changes. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, we're the world to the world. We look fat and dumb.
See, I don't. Every interaction I've ever like listened to about people from around the world or people who've traveled around the world is that everyone's super nice.
They like Americans. They don't like our government.
So
they can differentiate the two.
Are
Yeah.
you speaking from experience?
Yeah.
What year
Well-
did you leave the country?
Well, I
This
left
dude
at
is so
01.
ridiculous.
Kim left in like around 10 or 13, somewhere around there, in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Are
talked
you
to people.
talking
talked to
specifically
people
about
over,
Europe?
No, all over the world. Australia, Norway,
Australia
Brazil.
got shit to talk about us?
Yeah,
I mean, we do still got guns.
they kind of have their shit together. But like, I don't know.
Do they have
Everybody talks shit about America,
they
guys.
was
Sorry, it's a
poisoning
fact.
their water for their Aboriginal
Well,
people too. So,
Ooh, you know what I found out? Aboriginal is not an okay word.
oh really?
Yeah, I heard that.
And nobody knows.
Do you know that
Inuit's bad.
referring
too.
to a country as first, second, or third is a
Oh, sure.
communism?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
funny.
rooted in communism.
Yeah, it's about their natural resources.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so you
Inuit-
shouldn't say that. Like
Nope.
you say, like, oh, it's poor, but you can't say third world. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't say third world.
Yeah, Inuit's bad.
I think Eskimo's bad. I think Inuit.
Oh, Inuit's
is,
okay.
Yeah.
But they all prefer.
Aboriginal. I thought that was just like the definition for
slang.
anybody
Uh-uh.
who's the native.
That's how we probably came to
That's
learn
like
it,
calling-
but it's slang.
It's like calling Native Americans Indians.
Yeah.
How do we get from
Is it?
Roseanne to this?
Racism.
Racism.
It's
Talking
pretty.
about America, man.
So do
By
you
the
guys
way-
think Roseanne is racist?
I think she's crazy and probably racist, and she's definitely a huge Trump supporter. So it's likely that she's racist. Those things kind of go
being
together.
a Trump supporter
Yeah.
equals racist? Is that what we're saying?
It's
Not
pretty.
100%.
It's a few degrees of separation,
Yeah.
What do
right?
you think, Caleb? You seem to disagree.
I don't think you can lump a bunch of people like that. I know that a lot of them are.
Well, it's not. Of course, it's not going to
But,
be universal.
like-
What up, Brooklyn?
By the way, my grandmother says hello to everybody.
Oh, all right.
Hey.
What up, XT?
So here's the thing: a lot of people voted for Trump because they hated the way the system was,
Sure.
and Hillary.
They
was
didn't wanna vote
not,
for Hillary.
and Hillary was not a good choice. So, like, I guess Trump voter and Trump supporter are very different things and need to be delineated.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there's got to be Trump voters who have remorse now.
I hope so, because if not, we're really
no,
fucked.
that's true. There are absolutely. I've
Yeah.
seen videos of people going
I've
like, "Oh my
heard
god,
it.
I feel awful about this."
Yeah.
But I could see people voting
Yeah, I saw
just because they
I
want to
mean-
mix things up.
I saw people.
yeah.
And Hillary they didn't like Hillary. So what's your option? Throw your vote away on third party? No.
Yeah, I
You
seen
vote on
people
the guy
like
that's gonna-
regret not voting.
Forgive it, my French. You vote on the guy that's going to fuck shit up
Yeah.
because you don't like the way the system works. So if it's
But
already
he's not
if you
gonna
already
fuck
don't like
shit
it,
up because it's only like puppeteering.
what?
Let's definitely table the rest of the Trump talk for later because he is on the list of things that we're going to talk about
Yeah,
later.
he definitely
You can
is.
just bump that
I'm
topic
gonna
up.
skip him.
We could.
Since
that's
we're
fine.
on,
It's
since
a
we're on
lot.
the page,
It's a lot.
Bump
it is
it.
a
Do
lot.
you want the first tone of it to be Trump? Ugh.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fine.
the next topic
That's
isn't
fine.
much
That's
of
what
a
everybody
better-
talks
but
about anyway.
I like the next topic a
So do I.
lot.
So do I.
Okay,
So do
let's
I.
go to it.
All right, so the next topic is active shooter, the video game.
Active shooter.
All right,
the
somebody
video
set this up
game.
for me. How'd this go down?
So a company, what is the studio's name? It's something dumb. It's like Acid Games or something like that. Clearly, they have a chip on their shoulder. Are making a game. Think Rainbow Six Siege. One team versus another team. In Rainbow Six, it's terrorists versus Rainbow, who are a counter-terrorist team. In this, it is police versus an active shooter in a school. And the scoring in the game for the active shooter is given based on how many civilians are killed and how many police are killed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't really know if there's much more we need
You
to
can
say.
you can play the
That's
role of the shooter
crazy.
of the school shooter. You can play the role of the cop or the whatever specialist to neutralize the threat. Or there's a survival mode where you can play the role of a student.
Awful.
And this game is done as far as development. It looks like it's pretty done. I've seen quite
probably-
a few screenshots.
Probably wasn't really hard to make.
You
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks pretty basic.
Yeah.
It's
And that's the basic premise of the game.
Yeah.
It's a game basically simulating school shootings.
yeah, it's due to release in the next week or so, and there's a couple of places that have
It was nicked. It was
Oh, it
shut
was.
down today.
Shut down
Already
today.
good.
Shut down today.
Valve already shut it down.
So you think it's good?
Here's my question.
I want to play that.
Here's my question.
You-
How is the game different from any other first-person shooter? How is that game?
There's never
Explain
been-
to me how that game is different.
There's never been a game targeted where you can target children.
Okay,
Okay. That's a good point.
but does that?
And
does
there's
that-
only been one
so-
scene where you were meant to victimize people.
Are we saying?
And that
'cause
was
the airport scene in
Airport
Call of
scene,
Duty.
Call of Duty 4.
Are we saying that children lives are different than grown-up lives, or maybe in Grand Theft
In
Auto
media.
you can are there kids in the streets in Grand Theft Auto?
No,
no.
there's no
not.
children
not
in.
true.
So
most
somehow that
games.
makes it different for you guys, because I don't think there's a difference.
I don't think it's children that's the difference. I mean, that's clearly what's part of what's making people angry. But
It's- you're playing the role of a terrorist.
that's still not different because that's
You're a
happened
terrorist
before.
in the video game.
You
I'm a
are.
That's
terrorist.
choice, though.
Yeah.
That's choice.
Hey.
That's
Hey, bro.
your the goal in Grand Theft Auto is to your son stole your boat, so you're chasing the boat across the highway to get your son off the boat, right? Or whatever. There are
When
a few
I play
times
SOCOM.
there's a few times in San Andreas where you're doing gang related stuff, whatever. But there's always an objective.
I
And it's
used to
never to
play
go
SOCOM.
shoot up a school,
I used to play SOCOM.
right?
But in Call of
We
Duty,
had
you
a
should
clan called All Star Terrorists. And we only picked the terrorist squad.
That's fine. It's PvP. It's different.
dude.
Is
It's
it?
PvP, yes.
When you're
it's competitive.
when you're
It's
landing
like
on the
paintball.
island in PUBG,
Yeah, that's some psychotic shit.
your
Everybody's punching
mission
each other.
is to kill 99 people.
Yeah.
It's
like, how is that different from
that
shooting?
feels like a simulation. This guy's trying to be edgy and put you in a situation that happens once a week here in the
which
States.
is it's a simulation
happens
of that
once a week in the
situation.
States.
See,
Just tell
I think the difference comes from making a game where one objective the objective is to commit maximum civilian casualties.
What's your most kill in PUBG?
It's PvP,
Like
man. It's
8?
different.
What's your most kill in PUBG?
I think 7.
But you know that number off the top of your head because the object of the game
It's
is
PvP.
to kill.
It's PvP. This
Yes,
isn't
but
PvP.
no,
This is
you're not hearing what I'm saying. Yes, the objective in other games is to kill, but this is the only game where the objective is to kill unarmed children
Right.
in a school.
Yeah.
So the question is, to me, technically, what's the fucking difference?
Unarmed civilians.
there's no, games don't do that.
Some heart wrenching thing.
It's scoring killing unarmed civilians.
All right,
That doesn't happen.
Games don't do that.
There's a few games
And-
that
How
and
many
that-
times have
and
you
that-
killed somebody who didn't have a
What's
gun
the-
on PUBG?
What was the name of that? What was? It's just whatever.
Time
What's the name of
Crisis.
that? What's the name of that mission?
no Russian.
No Russian. You have an option not to shoot.
Say it's you're playing Time Crisis, right? And then you're going fast, you're shooting real fast, and you're in an arcade, you're having a good time, and you accidentally shoot the civilian.
Accident.
Do you
It's
cry?
an
Do you
accident.
get
Right.
upset?
It was an accident.
It's-
Yeah, because it takes one of my health blocks.
We're desensitized to this murder thing, and you guys
Obviously
are like
not, because the game got canceled.
true, but
Right.
there's no different. To me, it's no different. You
You're
just
being-
killed a single mother in Grand Theft Auto.
some point
like
during
that's the
your-
same shit, bro.
At some point during your devil's advocate approach, you need to go. You're right, but
No, 100%.
there is a
Just so you
difference.
guys know, I do not agree with this video game.
okay, and there is a difference,
But
right?
it makes you think about how much violence we are letting people play.
I mean,
Outside
I
of-
agree with it, but I
Like
still
just
want
because
to play
you're,
this
you're
motherfucker.
not you're
I'm
not
just-
pinpointing the violence. So like there's violence and we're murdering people.
Violent games pinpoint violence. It's their objective.
But now because it's situational and it's topical, now it's a problem.
No, it's the angle. It's what you're aiming at. Games have never focused on, except for like Postal back in like 1990.
Did you ever watch Battle Royale? Like
It's a movie,
yeah, the same difference.
but they're all in it together.
Kids getting murdered.
Yeah, but they're murdering
But
kids. The
that
kids
movie-
are murdering people too.
Why is that content okay, but this content's
Well,
not
one,
okay?
there's a conversation we had about interactivity, and they've done studies about it. We all know that media doesn't really lead to crime statistics. There's studies that's basically locked in, sort of like the gay gene. We don't have to guess anymore. It's locked in. There's
Right.
science behind it,
Right.
right? So, but watching a movie about kids killing each other because they're trapped on an island and playing a game where your goal is to gun down as many children as possible is two very different things.
How?
Because it's agency. You have agency. You're in control. When you're in control, when you're standing by watching a movie, going, "This movie is trying to tell me a story right now."
The game's trying to tell you a story.
No, it's not.
What if-
No, it's not.
what
This
if,
one's not. That's
uh,
the difference.
this is a
Maybe
point that-
if it had a story, you'd have an argument here, but it doesn't.
What if
It's a terrorist murder simulator.
What if this game deters some person who has a mental illness or whatever the problem is from doing it in real life? What if that game deters one person from shooting a school?
I think I heard somebody once say that.
You're not going to address that? Okay, cool.
I am.
All right,
This is
cool.
a direct address, Mr. Impatient. I heard somebody say once that, this is going to sound awful, I'm sorry, everybody, that kiddie porn deters some people from actually,
It does.
Molesting.
molesting
It
children.
does. We had this
'cause that's their
conversation with
release.
the kid robots. We had this conversation
Yeah.
on previous episodes
Yeah.
of the podcast.
That's terrible.
But what if it does? What if one kid doesn't get fucked because of this fucking dog?
Or what if one kid plays it and goes, "Oh my god, this is awful," and then doesn't do it anymore?
Yeah. Or
Right. What if one kid
what
play
if
like?
the kid plays it and is like, you know what? I can pull this off in real life.
Yeah. Well, they're already doing that now.
Oh, that doesn't matter,
Well, yeah,
right? So
they
you
can
can't
pull it
say that
off.
this is. You can't say that the game is going to increase school shootings because that's something that you just
Statistically,
can't
it
tell.
shouldn't, right? We've got
Yeah,
numbers to
that's
support
true.
that
That's true.
it won't.
But what if it stops someone?
Right.
Which
That's
it possibly fucking
that's a
could.
good point.
Now, how do you feel about that?
That's a good. No, I'm saying that's
No,
a good
that's
point.
a good point.
Yep. I don't even have a retort.
The biggest problem I have with it is the creator's defense was never that. It was like free speech.
Right.
And they brought up something on
They
their
always gonna hit you with that free speech.
on their Steam page that said like these other games who have this exact same situation.
Yeah,
I
but we
forgot
just
the name of it.
we just
but-
squashed all of that. They probably mentioned Call of Duty.
No, there was
Grand
games
Theft
out-
Auto.
games I've
it
never
was,
heard of.
It was real bad games. There's a game where you drive in a car and you get points for running over people.
Oh, Carmageddon.
Carmageddon.
He brought up Carmageddon.
God, that game was fun.
It was fun.
It really was.
You guys ran over people. So you guys,
Yeah.
you guys are so used
But
to
It
see,
was
like
violence.
that's like the original Grand Theft Auto, like that top
top-down one?
Yeah, that top
The
view,
first
and
one.
you just, oh yeah, mayhem. And
Yeah.
then the people from Grand Theft
But see,
Auto was like, oh, let's
Scheme
do
said-
that and then shoot people too.
How influential are these games? Like someone said they haven't learned that this shit is super influential. But how? Like
They have studies on
You
it.
want to know the number one reason we know that they're not super influential?
What?
The rest of the world has games. Only America has shootings all over the fucking place.
There you go.
Yeah.
The rest of the world plays the same shit. We're the ones killing each other.
Yeah. So it has nothing. I don't think it has anything to do
Japan?
with content.
Did you tell me Japan doesn't have
You know, a video
violent
game
media?
costs like
Right? And Japan's one of the most...
Video games are the same price in England, dude.
Yeah.
In the European
they're
Union.
not the same price in Canada.
Okay.
All right, but
It's
it
expensive.
seem to be...
What's the argument?
That doesn't seem to be...
Just
They
talking
watch
about-
the same movies we do.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
same
play
games.
the same games we do.
Every
true.
We're
once in a
violent.
while, a game won't come to a particular country for XYZ.
Yeah.
Australia has very strict rules about
Yeah.
that. But
Like guns?
about games.
Games.
What
Yeah.
games make it into their country.
But also, Australia
And,
has no guns.
Wolfenstein
Oh, yeah. They got
and
rid of 'em.
Wolfenstein in Germany it is not about the Germans.
Dude,
Yeah.
what did he do? He killed 23 people? 22?
Huh?
21?
What? Who? What? Who?
In Australia.
When?
The guy in the 90s that got their
in the
guns taken
90s,
away?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what,
it was like
And that was it.
he just
Australia was like, fuck this, we don't need them.
yeah, he broke up with his girlfriend, got pissed off, and just went on a rampage through the city. He was like just killing people in their cars, taking their cars, and just like just kept keeping it moving.
Had nothing to do with video games.
No.
No.
Interesting.
It's just crazy.
Yep.
All right. Well, moving on.
Moving on.
Something a little lighter, but funnier, but great. Drake versus Pusha T.
Ah,
How did this all start?
ugh.
That is a good question. Do you know, Nate, how that all started?
I heard it was all the way back to like
It's
somebody's
all
wearing
the way
Bape in a
back-
video or something.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to Lil Wayne, kind of jocking Pusha T
Lil
and Malice's style back in like 2000 and like 4 or 5 or 6 or something.
Talking about Duffelback Boy era?
Yeah, like when Mr. Me Too came out. Mr. Me Too is the first time the Clips dissed Cash Money, right? And then it happened again like a few years ago where Pusha was just kind of going at Baby.
Mhm.
And then he was going at Lil Wayne. He was basically making fun of Lil Wayne for signing a fucked up deal. And then he decided to pick on your boy Drake for having somebody else write one of his songs.
All right, so the funniest meme was the scene in Degrassi where Drake got shot and put in a wheelchair,
Oh,
and they
I
put
ain't even
Pusha
seen
T's
the
face
memes
on the
yet.
dude who shot him. It was so perfect.
Oh man.
So
that's
I listened
fucked
to all
up.
the tracks you linked. Sorry for not being on top of this or whatever. I'm not big on the annals
people-
of the annals
black
of,
people
of
music.
hip hop battles.
I'm not big on the.
The niggas music.
No, the diss tracks over the years.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, but
I don't think most people know that Pusha kind of been on this road of talking shit about Cash Money. Like this is not new. This is the first time somebody responded to him though.
I mean,
yeah,
this
the
is
first
the
couple
most.
tracks felt a little soft.
No, the first track is Infrared is on his album.
I believe the
right.
word
So it
you're
wasn't
looking
meant
The
to
whole
be an
entire album
album.
is a Cash Money diss.
I believe the
But-
word you were looking for was flaccid.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
But yeah. So it was just a hard jab on the album.
Okay.
And it was like there were other jabs.
It's
but
just
that was
something like
the
I don't,
hardest one.
something like you don't write your music and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
yeah,
the quitting.
How can you
line.
write these wrongs when you don't write your rhymes?
right. And then his response was like, "I'm sad." What was his track?
I'm upset.
Yeah,
I'm
the hook was, "I'm
sad.
upset."
I'm upset right
I don't
now.
even
Cool.
think that
No, his
song,
song was
had anything.
good.
That was a single. That was just a single.
It's just really
diss-
funny that they came
I
out
forgot
right
what the
after.
diss is called. The Drake diss?
And then no, he had a freestyle.
The freestyle. The
was it
Doopy.
Doopy.
Doopy
Doopy.
freestyle.
That was pretty good.
And which was really mainly a diss to Kanye. Really, he didn't hit Pusha with too many lines.
Maybe that was something that they already just had, and he just had like, and he just kind of put it out. I don't know.
and then the Pusha track.
Yeah, that was brutal, and that's
Crazy.
Man.
I think everyone's like watching the beef and like they're like watching it happen, like, oh, that's cool. They're
so
beefing
mean.
each other.
That's
But then
real
when
mean.
that song dropped, they're like, oh shit, it's serious.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah,
But-
He got him. He got him.
there's a part where I almost had to pause it.
you almost pausing.
When he talked about 40, I was like, that's cold.
I didn't even catch the 40 reference
Oh,
until
wow, I
I
didn't
looked
either.
up 40. And then I
Well,
seen him.
40 is Drake's producer, Noah Sheeb, and he's amazing. He's been his producer and engineer since like damn near day one, and he's a really nice guy. Like you can tell, he's a nice person.
Yeah.
But he has multiple sclerosis, so he has he's in and out of health problems. And Drake's referenced this in songs a bunch of times. So when Pusha said how much time your man got left,
He said that man is sick. I got the devil flow. 666.
Woof.
Yeah.
I gotta play that line. I gotta find.
But this is not.
He started making fun
I
of
don't
like,
even think that
his
he's
dad and
making
shit.
fun
Like
of
his dad dipped out on him.
But this
He
is
said
stuff
your
that
father
Drake's
left
already
at
said.
5. What a dad thing to do.
Yeah.
But then the reason why that line is genius because it sets up. It's not genius, right? Like Drake talks about his dad leaving his mom when he was 5, all the time.
Right.
But what's genius about it is, oh, you're just like your dad. You have an illegitimate son
Right.
that you're not claiming,
Yeah.
and that's the bomb.
Yeah.
Man.
That track was, something else.
And then
It's getting violent.
it's getting pretty
6
bad.
million views on YouTube
And
for a
Woof.
diss record.
and
Beats
nobody-
beats pretty fly too.
It's
not
Jay-Z
100%.
beat.
The whole father
you're
thing
not
is not
wrong.
100%.
Yeah, that's a good beat.
And then this picture of him, it's bad, man. He must have had this waiting. I wonder how long he's had all this information.
Yeah, I feel like I saw a meme that said he must have got hollered at Nardwar and got some information from him.
Man.
Which you guys might not know who Nardwar is.
Nardwar.
Hip hop head. Nardwar is this
Oh yeah.
He
quirky
does
guy who
investigative
gets so
reporting.
much. He does interviews and he'll bring out something like, "Oh, this is from when you were 13. Like, you remember this?" And they'd be like, they'll have that look. They're like, "How the fuck did you know that?" And he's just like, "I just know it. I
Yeah,
just know it."
Damn.
Yeah,
Their
it's just-
favorite album
He
as
looks
a
like
kid.
a geeky little kid with big glasses.
Like
right?
All right.
he has an interview with Nas, and Nas kind of a dickhead apparently, and he did not feel that shit. He was not feeling it. He was like, "How the fuck you know all this shit?" Like,
Yeah, like you fucking weirdo. But yeah, like it's bad enough that Pusha T can outrhyme Drake at the drop of a dime.
No
and
problems.
Drake is definitely more famous than Pusha T.
Yeah.
Even though Pusha T is quite famous, being the president of Good Music with Kanye West, but
play clothes.
with
bait.
with play clothes, but with the stuff around it makes it bigger than it makes him win.
Man, the dad situation, man.
It was harsh.
Like he dropped a bomb, like that. Like people who
Hey,
probably
don't
followed
mention nobody's
knows.
wife. This is no one should mention anybody's wife in a battle rap again, because this is what happens.
That's what happens.
He should have never said that man's wife's name.
Yeah. Yeah, he mentioned Push's name, right? Wife's name, and
his
then-
wife's name, yeah.
And then Push's like, "Don't be ashamed that your wife's a
Porn star. Man,
Yeah.
that moment where he was like, "This motherfucker's hiding a child."
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a huge bomb to drop in the middle of a fucking record. Like, and then like if you look it up, the story backs up.
Oh,
Like it's not
man.
like false. Like
it's,
there's
it pretty
whole-
much
Dude
looks
did
like
his-
that baby's his.
Dude did his homework.
He did his homework.
All right, let's
bro.
keep it rolling. We're going a little stale.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
next?
I'm about to switch the.
Drake, you on the clock, bro.
You're on the clock.
You on the clock.
Yeah, he had 24 hours in the last one. He missed his deadline.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the Friday. I'll give him the Friday.
I'm ending the live video on
Graham.
the grandma, and then I'm going to move to Facebook Live.
Uh,
Shout out, you guys got some viewers? Shout them out.
No, I had a few people drop by. We had Brooklyn drop by. My
It's
sister dropped by.
Wednesday.
We had Christy Sawyer drop by.
It's
a
Wednesday.
It's
My
a
wife.
Wednesday.
My wife is watching.
Your
And a friend from college is watching
Hey,
currently.
hey,
See,
friends.
I had Jay Stretch hopped in, the boy
Stretch.
Schema, my lady Erin dropped in, Melanie dropped in for a second.
She's spying on you,
I had she.
lurking.
I see ya. So I'm gonna go to the Facebook Live. I've not done Facebook Live.
You're
So.
gonna wait-
Facebook Live.
wait
You know,
page-
you can do Facebook Live and Instagram simultaneously.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
I didn't know that.
yeah.
My first thing I see is Caleb.
Look at that simultaneously. You ain't think a West Side nigga had a vocabulary like that, did you?
If simultaneous is fancy, I'm sad.
Fucking 6 syllables.
Simultaneous. It's 5.
No, it ain't.
It's a 5.
Simultaneously.
Oh, Lee. I'm sorry.
Ali.
Oh, Lee. Sorry, y'all.
What?
All right. Keep it moving. Now, this is the sad part of the podcast. We're going to talk about Trump.
Trumpito.
Always goes back to Trump.
Has everyone read the letter to Kim Jung Ung?
No.
No,
I
does
will
he got a
read
letter
it.
to
I will
him?
read it right now.
Read it
Please
right now.
Yes,
read
please.
it, Caleb.
His Excellency Kim Jung Un, Chairman of the State Affairs Commission of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Pyongyang. Dear Mr. Chairman. Instead of dear Kim. Whatever. We greatly appreciate your time, patience, and effort with respect to our recent negotiations and discussion relative to a summit long sought by both parties, which was scheduled to take place on June 12th in Singapore. Run on sentence. Jesus Christ.
He didn't write that.
We were informed that the meeting was requested by North Korea, but that to us is totally irrelevant.
Ugh.
All right,
You sure
here
he
we-
didn't write this?
Here we go. I was very much looking forward to being there with you. Sadly, based on the tremendous anger and open hostility displayed in your most recent statement, I feel it is inappropriate, at this time, to have this long-planned meeting. Therefore, please let this letter serve to represent that the Singapore summit, for the good of both parties but to the detriment of the world, will not take place. You talk about nuclear capabilities. Here's the dick measuring stick.
Yeah.
But ours are so massive and powerful that I pray to God they will never have to be used. I felt a wonderful dialogue was building up between you and me, and ultimately, it is only that dialogue that matters. Someday, I look very much forward to meeting you. In the meantime, I want to thank you for the release of the hostages who are now home with their families. That was a beautiful gesture and was
Well, this
very
letter
much
must be old.
appreciated. No, it's not super old.
That's like last
I mean,
week.
the hostages
If you change your mind
happened like
having
a month ago.
If you change your mind having to do with this most important summit, please do not hesitate to call me or write. The world, and North Korea in particular, has lost a great opportunity for lasting peace and great prosperity and wealth. This missed opportunity is a truly sad moment in history. Sincerely yours, Donald J. Trump.
Reaction. Go.
So he's saying that because of what they said, he said it wouldn't be right to meet up because old boy's still trying to spout hostilities, right?
Basically.
But I don't feel like I don't, from what I've read and researched, I don't think Kim Jung Un was like not trying to be shifty, but he was trying to, like, he's destroyed a lot of nuclear stuff. Maybe not all of it, but a lot of it. And he released the hostages. Like, he did his half in good faith, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I don't want to villainize Trump because it's easy for me to, because I hate him. But like, even in this, with this one line, I was reading it and it made me say, yes, it's hot in here. It made me say, ugh, fucking, and roll my eyes. Is you talk about nuclear capabilities, but ours is so massive and powerful that I pray to God they would never have to be used.
Pray God.
It's almost
He says
as
that
if,
over and over too. He says that multiple times.
It's almost as if Trump does not want the peace.
I wish a motherfucker would. That's
Like
all he had to say.
Like he wants.
I wish
he
a
wants
motherfucker
smoke.
would
And-
launch a nuke.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think?
This dude be tripping, man.
It's weird to me that, like, North Korea and South Korea's presidents met recently and ended the Korea War and, like, are trying to be cool. Are they... We got people behind us.
Yeah, they're talking. Keep going.
That's good.
The shit show.
Like, they're trying to make up for old feuds. It seems like they're, like, actually trying to make shit better. And then Donald Trump gets butthurt by some shit said on Twitter or whatever. And it's like, dude, like, all you do is say dumb shit.
Yeah. Ben's looking for something. What are you looking for, Ben?
It's hot as fuck in here. I'm just gonna open the door.
It's spicy in here.
It is spicy. It's a little warm in here. We're doing this. It's a hot
A little
podcast.
spicy.
All right. So it's Ben had talked about earlier today. He wanted to talk about nuclear Trump and the nuclear situation, which I don't know too much about. So I was hoping he would elaborate. But did you guys see the Jay-Z diss that Trump put out?
The Jay-Z diss.
Oh yeah.
He wrote a song?
No, he got bars for Jay now. No,
He got
doesn't
bars
have,
for Jay.
He doesn't have bars for Jay. So I'm gonna play it real quick because it's so kind of weird. Let's see if I can.
What
get
did he
this.
say?
It's only a minute long, so as soon as the Wi-Fi does its thing.
Ben, What's up with these
Hold on.
nukes, bro?
Hold on. As soon as it's Wi-Fi. As soon as the
We
moment.
waiting on the Wi-Fi.
She'd
But I'm
go
trying to-
there. The only way she filled up the arena was to get Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
And his language was so filthy that it made me like the most clean-cut human being on earth. It's true.
I don't have a. How's that
He'd
sound? on the
stand
headset?
up there before those crowds. And by the way,
No, how's that
without
sound?
any
on the headset?
musical instruments, I had much bigger crowds than he was drawing. But
Sure.
But he'd stand up before those crowds, and he'd use the F word. And Hillary would sit back, hey, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Boy, please don't have him use that kind of language anymore. And then he'd finish, and everybody would leave. And she'd be standing up, making a speech to 400 people.
So
He talks like one of those old people that starts talking, and then like 2 sentences in, you're like, "Oh,
You're
you
crazy.
need to stop talking."
Yeah,
Jay-Z using that filthy F word,
yeah, so that's our president.
and that's why Hillary lost.
Freedom.
A side note: Hillary won.
Shit, Bernie should have won.
Yep.
Well, I mean, okay, but
Technically-
Hillary actually did win.
Side
Hillary
note,
was more popular.
over 50% of white women voted for Trump.
DNC sabotaged. DNC sabotaged Bernie. That's a fact.
So apparently, all this Libya stuff. I'm sorry, I haven't moved on from that. Apparently, North Korea took offense to remarks that Mike Pence said, because Mike Pence said that North Korea could end up like Libya if it doesn't make a nuclear deal with Washington.
Oh yeah, they did say that because they basically said they wanted Kim Jung Ung to end up like Gaddafi, which
Yeah.
is a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a threat.
And then, so someone from Kim Jong Un's office said, as a person involved in U.S. affairs, I cannot suppress my surprise at such ignorant and stupid remarks gushing from the mouth of the U.S. Vice President.
Yeah.
And that's why we canceled a summit about denuclearization.
That's a
See,
threat,
doesn't it make you think that this is like no matter what,
all
like
orchestrated.
I'm never gonna forgive you. Like I'm gonna pick a fight with you. Like it's
Yeah.
Trump. It's U.S. Like we're gonna pick a fight with you. So he's gonna talk shit, and if you respond, I'm gonna say fuck you for responding.
It's
But-
it's the bully mentality that America's had for like the last 60 years. That like, we're gonna do what we want. If you have a problem with it, we're more powerful than you.
Noam Chomsky likes to refer to us as the Godfather. We just do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
That
believe
is
it.
true.
We won World War II, and after that, we were like, so
Do you know that?
y'all owe us, right?
Do you know that we've been summoned to the UN court at The Hague for war crimes, for crimes against humanity?
For what?
For
For
destroying
probably
Africa?
Reagan's Iran Contra Nicaragua fucking shit. For all
selling
these
cocaine
for all
to
these
black people?
dictators we've probably set up all around the world. For the what's the dictator we set up in Iran? The guy they had a nice
Saddam?
no Iran.
Oh.
They had a movie about it, but yeah, they took out the elected leader and we installed somebody else. Anyway, we've been
We're
summoned.
good at-
we're good at
we've
that
been
shit.
summoned to court for war crimes, and we just don't show up.
Yeah. Britain and the U.S. like set up these leaders throughout Africa. That's why we steal their resources. They should be the richest nation.
Right.
Like all those nations should be the richest nations
We're taking their water
in the world.
but Nestle's taking their water. But anyway,
Wakanda forever. Yeah. And we do that shit. You know, we set these guys. We put these guys in leadership. You know what I mean?
Well, like the Al Qaeda was
Al-Qaeda,
freedom
we-
fighters that we armed against
We armed
Saddam
them.
Hussein, and then we took Saddam Hussein out, and they were like, "Oh, you guys are shitty."
Who breaks it down? What's the comedian from St. Louis who just died? Great legend. Can't think of his name right now. Dick Gregory. Dick
Okay.
Gregory. And he shows this dude a picture of the dollar bill, and it's on the dollar bill, it's the eagle. And the eagle's holding the
Oh
reef.
yeah.
And the
And then the other
arrows.
talent, it's
And he's
arrows.
basically, that's our foreign policy.
It
The
is.
eagle represents us. The reef is a gift, which comes in weapons and
the
money.
arrows is the
And the
response
arrow
if
is-
you don't act right.
if you don't pay us for this reef, that's what we coming through with, these arrows.
Get hit with them arrows. All right, so
That's deep as fuck.
yeah, that's very, very deep. Yeah. Every time we talk about Trump,
World bullies, man.
all it is us like, yeah, fuck him. Like that's pretty much because we agree so much on this, which is, but you got to talk about it. Like
Yeah,
We can still spread information even though we all agree.
Yeah.
And I've read articles about like, technically speaking, he's not doing a terrible job, because like some things are getting
it's
accomplished.
checks and balances. It wasn't gonna be
Right.
all bad.
yeah, I mean the powers,
Obama
the
didn't
true
get
powers
half
that
of the
be,
shit he was trying to
not gonna
do
let him
accomplish
go
because
destroy everything. The true powers behind
Right.
it,
he couldn't.
which are the banks.
The banks.
Let me read this real quick. It's just a list. We've been charged by the International Crimes Court, Criminal Court, for everything from the Mexican-American War, the Philippine-American War, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, and the War on Terror. Everything from the way we tortured people to violating, all sorts of
Oh yeah, Geneva Convention.
all that kind of shit. Yeah, so it happens all the time, but the U.S. doesn't recognize the International Criminal Court. So
There
we
you
just
go.
don't show up.
Just
Hey, I'm gonna try
Whatever.
that. I don't recognize the
I don't
St.
even
Louis Police
recognize-
Department traffic division, so I'm not.
I
showing
don't
up for
recognize
that.
War
Yeah.
crimes can be prosecuted in
Catch
the
me
United
if you
States
can.
through the War Crimes Act of 1996. However, the U.S. government, which strongly opposes the International Criminal Court, believing it's seriously flawed, does not accept jurisdiction. So whatever.
How the fuck?
Yeah.
International Criminal Court.
We're the Godfather.
Y'all don't have. We're not. No.
Nah,
Said,
son.
Guatemala. or
Nah,
something?
bruh.
What's that? One of these countries.
we good.
One of these countries that we fucked
That's
up.
hard. I like that.
We
actually.
created a base there and fought war on their land, and then dipset it.
Uh-huh.
They owed us some money, but it was kind of like every other U.S. president just ignored it. Trump was like, "Oh no, we need that." Even though we kind of owe you,
Yeah.
but you owe us too. You know what I mean? So I won't
Yo,
mind. You ain't gonna get yours.
Like the whole world. This is kind of not related, but you just made me think of it. Like the whole world is in debt, right? Like, is there any country that's in the green, doesn't owe anybody anything?
Probably.
Sweden probably.
Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland.
If the rest of the world is so in debt and
That's a good question to look up.
it's changing and it's fucking up markets, like why don't we just forgive it?
Forgive debt.
Why don't we just start from zero and go? No one owes anyone shit.
If you owed me $100 million, I'm never letting it go.
But if you owed $100 million and you needed that person who owes you $100 million to pay you so you could feed it to another shark, and we just said you don't owe anybody shit, no one owes you shit.
You're literally asking for world peace.
That's what you're asking for.
You're literally asking for world peace.
You're asking
Like
people
right?
to give up their leverage,
Right? Because maybe that's why it doesn't get forgiven, because I owe this motherfucker $200 million. You owe me $100 million. He owes me $25 million.
We all each other. Nobody
all
getting paid.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense.
You'll never be broke as long as I owe you. That's what an old man will tell you.
I want to look that up. Countries not in
debt.
debt.
I bet it's one, bro. It's
There are
one.
5 countries that do not have any external debt.
Let's move there. Well, let's find.
Hold up, what are they? What are they?
I'm so intrigued. This is good.
Wakanda.
Macau,
Macau.
Nope.
British Virgin Islands.
Okay.
That's close.
Shabby either. That's not shabby.
Brunei, it's got German colors, so maybe it's. I
Ah,
don't know where Brunei
can't
is.
go to
Deutschland.
Germany.
Ich spreche nicht wirklich Deutsch.
It's super
Uh,
racist.
Liechtenstein, which is one of the smallest countries in the world.
is a very small country outside of
and,
Germany.
Palau.
Powwow.
Powwow.
Palau.
Powwow.
Powwow.
Powwow dripping.
That's in Asia, no?
Virgin Islands, boy, let's go.
We're a bunch of
Hey.
fucking
Virgin Islands.
clowns, though.
Hey.
Switzerland,
See ya. Hey, America.
They not on there?
America. I'll see you later.
Virgin Islands.
I'm going.
It's all fun and games until you got to do a squat to take a shit.
Brunei.
Oh, so check this out, guys.
Brunei. Oh, go ahead.
No, this just reminded me before you change subject. So I just got back from the Dominican Republic last week.
Uh-huh.
Spent 7
how's the
days
toilet
there.
situation?
Oh, it's fine.
Good.
But
And the
I was
resort is fine.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I was talking to a guy who had went off and did an excursion, and he saw a house for $2,500, brand new construction house, and the selling point was it had a toilet.
I bet.
Yeah, welcome to DR.
But I would 100% do it if I can get Xbox Live, bro.
Get like some sort of beam satellite internet.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what I gotta do.
How much was the house?
2,500, 2,500.
They got the internet.
We all
there,
can
bro.
afford that shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
They got the
house?
internet, bro.
man.
For a house,
Let's go.
that's lit. That's a lit life.
We're gonna have to work there and make those wages though.
I'm good.
Nah, you gotta be.
Um,
I
no,
can buy the
I
house two
don't.
times over.
I
We
don't.
could just podcast, stream, and do freelance over the internet work.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
All you gotta
The
make
trick
like
is getting
$100 a month.
the trick is getting the internet though.
Do you know how much they make? So sugar is their main export. Sugar, right? And they supply over 50% of the sugar. Like
Damn.
Dominican supplies an insane amount of sugar to the world.
You gonna have to get that cane job, bro.
They
You
literally
be
make
shucking
$2.50 a day. Each worker. They,
What?
they supply the majority of the sugar, to, at least to America, for sure to America.
Wow.
cane. Sound like Walmart wages.
Sounds like unfair wages.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Brunei, someone said, looked like Germany. It's not. Brunei is in it's the north coast on the north coast of the island of Borneo in Southeast Asia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, looks like it's got
Cool.
a crazy language there.
Imagine life not
It's
living
called
in this
Jawi.
country. Like, imagine how you feel not living in this country.
I
First
don't
of all,
know.
you're gonna feel like an idiot because everywhere I go, I've been to two different countries in the last 12 months. Mexico twice and Dominican Republic.
They all know English.
Everyone speaks multiple languages.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, si, senor.
Yeah, and we have people that show up here with the gall that are like, speak English. I pay for your welfare.
Like, shut the
I
fuck up,
remember,
you
Go
dumb
fuck
fuck.
yourself.
You
God.
idiot.
Dude, I
Turn
work
around.
with, he
Get fucked.
run naked backwards through a
He
field of
Palestinian,
dicks.
and he was. Him and the other dude was like cracking jokes on each other at work and shit, and he was like talking about his English. He's like, motherfucker, you don't even know English. He said, motherfucker, I know 3 languages.
It's crazy. Like the kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go to these resorts and I'm one of those people who tips well because I understand where I'm at. But these kids, they're young. I talked to this one guy. We talked for like 30 minutes because I went to the privilege lounge because it's like you
The privilege
Called
lounge.
that?
Yeah, 100%.
Damn.
So like,
What color was
I
it?
hate
But look, it's
White.
It's an all white.
white
But
room.
look, so you go to the resort, right? You can pay a small fee and just be regular, right? That means you have to buy, you get like
Means you poop
certain
sometimes?
drinks are free, certain
Okay.
alcohols are free, but there's a list that you can't get. And there's like a portion of the beach that you can't get. So privilege gives you all the liquor that you want,
Okay.
all the beach places you want in the lounge or whatever.
Let me
you
state.
smoke in,
Let me state that
DR?
yes, privilege does
Yeah.
get you all
This
that
is
you want.
such
All right,
apt.
they will sell you cigars. The first
I'm
day,
talking about weed.
the first day, 4 or 5 people came up to me and said, "I got weed."
Damn.
4 or 5.
I got it.
I got that weed.
Hey,
And
Dominican.
I was like,
smoking.
yeah, I got no papers, and he was like, I'll roll it up for you.
Damn.
This
y'all-
guy, he was trying to make
This
sure
nigga's
you had
ill.
a good time. Yeah.
yeah. But
y'all smoke
I didn't smoke.
down there?
No, we didn't smoke.
The
but
woman smoke?
she smoked. She didn't smoke because I didn't smoke. But
My nephew's holding it down at the day of the funeral. Brought some J by the house.
Oh, who?
My nephew I hadn't seen in a while.
Oh, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
some J.
Yeah.
What is J? What is that slang?
Some J.
It was J. Some Jordans.
some-
J's.
Yes, we lit up a pile of Jordans.
Yes,
And inhaled.
Oh, like, is that your way of saying
J's.
joint?
Joints.
If you
Jay.
if
Smoked
you,
up. We smoked a J. That's yes. That's
a
a
J.
thing.
if
Yeah,
you
that's a
ever
thing.
knew that Ben was white, it's like he.
It seems like the only one in the group here that doesn't know what I'm talking about is
No,
you,
I
the
got
one who
you.
doesn't smoke.
I did it. I was next to you.
No, but you knew what I meant.
No one says
he doesn't.
No one says he brought some J over. Like, I'm sorry.
Do they?
No.
Dude.
No,
Hey.
I mean, I ain't never heard nobody say I brought some J's.
They brought some J. Did I?
You said brought. You
You
said
said
brought
he-
some J over.
He brought some J over. Like that's
Like
some new
like
shit.
some Mary J.
I get it. I get
yeah,
it.
I knew what he
Next
was talking
topic.
about.
Nukes. I thought what I was saying was more important than your fucking
the point I was going to make.
linguistics. But yeah, cool. Nukes. Let's talk about nukes.
No, let's not talk about nukes. I was going to make a point about this kid I met in Dominican about him being an entrepreneur. So like,
That's
they
tight.
have
They're
a
selling
very
that
it's
weed.
a you can't call it a third world country. It's they're on an uprising
It's really rude.
country. It is
That's really rude.
like it is.
And I know I've said it just to because I felt like I had to identify it.
like
As if you didn't know.
I didn't see one motherfucker with a flower on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the commercial that you think. Yeah, like. And I mean,
You
this
spent
kid
more than 25 cents a day, so.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
damn right I did. But yeah, this kid I met, man, I was in a privileged lounge. I was working on my laptop, and he was like, "Oh man, you kicking it. You doing it better than me." I was like, "Man, I'm working right now." He's like, "This is just my side job. Like this is like what I do to make income. I design apps, and I've had multiple apps sell for thousands of dollars, and that's what I want to do." So he's basically, to me, the conversation was he made me feel like that's what I was when I was working at a call center, and I had this graphic design company on the side making money, and I wanted to quit the call center, but I couldn't. And he's like right at the cusp of that. So like, it's a really growing place.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm glad it's growing, so I can go down there and look at them Spanish brown booties.
Listen. First of all, they look.
Nobody calls them that.
Yeah, they don't call them Spanish brown
They
booties.
call them Jays.
Everyone was beautiful.
Yeah.
Everyone was beautiful. Like in Dominican, everyone's
Everybody look like Bruno Mars.
The most. No, they like it was. They look like Americans, Black Americans, like African Americans, like all over. They just look
we fine.
like we would look.
Yeah.
You know, like all shades, light, dark.
Yeah.
Like they look like us.
They don't look like Ben.
They don't look like Ben. They look like the colonizer.
Colonizer.
You gotta go to Norway to see
You
people like me.
don't scare me like that, colonizer.
Or St. Charles.
Or St.
My
Charles.
name's Everett. I know what your name is.
I know what your name is. My brother will be back soon. But it was everyone's beautiful. It was
Hodax.
crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, dude. It's amazing how like beautiful the world is, and Americans are like, fuck everybody.
Yeah.
I went to LA. Like, get the fuck out of here, dog. Like fuck LA, bro.
I knew somebody
Picture of
once.
smog.
Most people who love St. Louis never left.
Yeah.
They went to Cape Girardeau. So St. Louis is real good
That's the
compared to that.
problem. Like, if you drive
Yeah.
anywhere out of St. Louis in any direction, to me, it gets worse.
Yeah, you've got to drive for quite a while.
Yeah, you gotta drive.
You gotta drive to like Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like closest
I don't know.
cool place.
I
Go
mean,
to Chicago.
Nashville's
Go to
pretty dope.
Memphis.
Nashville's
is dope.
Nashville.
What else? Memphis is fucking
Memphis is
amazing.
dope.
Indiana's not too far.
New
but-
Orleans is really
New Orleans
close.
is really
55 straight south, bro.
Really, 8 hours.
close. It doesn't
No.
7
No,
or 8 hours.
no.
Yeah.
I've
No.
done it. I've done it.
No.
I've
No.
done it recently.
Listen,
9.
they told me 10 hours or something like that, and I was like,
Who's not streaming right now?
9.
I'm
Hold
streaming.
up,
I'm
hold
streaming.
up,
I take
hold
that
up.
trip
5
all the
hours to
time.
Nashville. It's not another 3 hours from that to get to the
It
Gulf
might be
Coast.
11, bro.
It's about 8 hours.
It
bro.
might be 11.
No,
man.
it's like 13.
I can't remember.
No, dude.
It's not 13.
Everyone on Ben, look
I've
at
done
me,
it
look
3
me in the
times.
windows of my
It's not
soul.
13,
look at me,
though.
look me in the windows of my soul. Every person in the car, we had 3 cars full of people going to New Orleans. I said it's going to take us 8 hours. Straight shot.
9 hours, 40 minutes.
I
That's
said
if you
9.
follow the speed limit.
Yeah,
I said
and
nine.
we were there in 8 hours.
Well, Ben,
it
it's
all
also,
one highway?
It's Highway
Yeah.
55 all
Yeah.
the way down.
It's like an
one-
easy drive, bro.
It's one of the easy. I've gone from here to Boston. New Orleans is one of the easiest drives I've ever done.
Any of y'all want to come with us in December?
I would love
Yes.
to. You never invite me.
I mean,
It's been 5-6 years.
I just never.
the look on your
I
face
just
of
is-
like, yes,
Yeah,
you just
nigga,
never
like, I
asked.
love New Orleans. Like I
Yeah.
love New
I've
Orleans.
never been.
I went for
Me neither.
Halloween.
We usually get a house.
Yeah, like an Airbnb joint.
Yeah.
That's what we did. I
That's what
loved
we're doing
it.
in San Diego.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Got my plane ticket finally. Now I just
Yeah.
gotta pay for my room.
True
We
life.
probably, man, we gotta book that right now. I just thought about it.
All right, let's move
I
on
need that same
because we've
spot
been
we was in.
bullshitting for the
This is
last
a bullshit
20 minutes.
episode.
That's fine.
All right, so this is a topic that it's more racial than anything else.
I'm out.
Jesus.
It is the NFL National Anthem ruling.
We done with the NFL.
Who's
that
we
it?
watch that shit.
Who's-
Yeah,
who's
man, we done
boycotting?
with them.
Who's boycotting in this room?
I'm boycotting, but the question
done.
is, how can a boycott be beneficial? How is the boycott going to change
If
anything?
enough people
Yep.
decide not to
Ratings,
watch
bro.
it, they lose a fuck ton of money.
Yep.
They're
Ratings.
pandering. They're
That's-
literally pandering. This ruling is pandering to the fan base that doesn't give a fuck about niggas.
Yes,
It's
that's
true,
what they are.
but like, I would imagine a good portion of their fan base is upset about it.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Don't watch
They
that shit,
literally
man.
saying, they as a business, they're like, I don't
choosing
give a
a side.
fuck about them.
It's
They're choosing a
boring
side.
anyway. Shit, don't watch that shit, man. It's 11 minutes of fucking playtime.
But how?
Who
But how
cares?
is? What is that going to prove? Because I saw arguments, and I kind of like this argument.
People half-assed it last year.
What
if they start
happens-
losing money, that proves a lot.
What happens to the black people who do play in the NFL, who've worked their entire lives to get to the NFL? What are they supposed to do?
They not gonna lose
This
the
is a
money
good point.
immediately. Oh, what are they posted? They posted to sit in their locker room
See,
and
that's
take that
tricky.
fine.
That's that tricky line you have to tread. Like people wanted to boycott Ghost in the Shell because they got a white girl to play a girl named Motoko. I'm like, hey, what about the other 300 people that made this movie?
Yeah.
And I like the movie. I've seen it twice.
I
But,
mean,
like,
she looked just like.
and she did, and the
Yeah.
creator didn't care. But people,
sh-
for the
Stop drawing white women.
for the
If you're mad.
conversation of boycotting and hurting more people than you're intending
Movie
to.
was terrible too.
You're intending to serve a message to the people in charge,
Yeah.
but and like I think Tex said it, the people that work their whole lives to get to the league,
They
right when
gonna make
people
their
right when
money.
people start boycotting, I mean, I guess
They're gonna make their money.
what's more
and
important?
then-
What's more important, that your ego feels better that these kids work their whole lives to get in the league, get paid, or that a major corporation learns their lesson and stops making dumb decisions? Like, what's more important to you?
The NBA would have never done that shit.
No, actually, they have that very similar rule already in place. Very similar rule.
Just nobody tried kneeling.
They
in the
just don't do
NBA.
it. They just don't do it.
Oh, my phone's dying, and nobody's watching anyway. So peace out, Facebook.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do this on Thursday.
I'm sorry, guys. We had to do what we had to do.
I'm all right. It's all right.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I can't watch the
I don't-
NFL in good faith.
No.
Like,
I
I just
don't. I
can't.
don't watch the NFL already. So
Sports.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm shit. I've been boycotting sports my whole life.
Yeah, well,
I watch baseball.
of course.
Baseball.
I don't know how they would react to that.
How do
To
you guys
this.
feel about the fact that they are not employees, but they're paid to play the game,
Oh, they're employees.
and
They're
this
employees.
interrupts? Like it's not their place. This is not their podium.
They don't have a players union.
They do.
This is not their podium. Just get on the field and play the game. We don't need to hear your voice right now. What do you guys feel about that?
No, fuck that.
Why?
Fuck that. Because they're influencers,
It
bro.
is a
They're fucking
podium.
influencers, bro. Like, if you can, like, JJ Watt is a great influencer, right? And he's fucking patriotic and shit, whatever. But, like, he raised millions of dollars for I feel horrible for not remembering the cause, but
Yeah.
I believe it was maybe a post-shooting or post-tragedy, and he single-handedly raised, like, $27 million. They have influence. You have to celebrate that influence. Like, you put these people on this pedestal, this billion-dollar industry. They have influence. They have a right to say something. I get offended when people don't say something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with Michael Jordan, I don't respect Michael Jordan as much as LeBron James. I don't.
Yeah, he's doing shit now, but it's been decades.
No,
since-
he didn't. What he
He's
did
done
was he
some
gave
stuff.
$1 million to police and $1 million to Black Lives Matter. Get the fuck out of here. You're neutral, nigga. You
That's some
neutral.
bullshit right
Yeah.
there.
You're in the middle. Niggas died for your shoes
not
though.
fucking
You ain't
with
say
you,
shit.
yeah.
I got a problem with Michael Jordan. I don't have a
Yeah,
problem
he
with
ain't come
LeBron.
on national TV and ask nobody to stop the violence for his shoes. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't tried to go lower for the price.
Make them
or
fly ass
nothing.
shoes easily accessible to everybody.
There's a really funny PSA with Michael Jordan, sponsored by McDonald's back in the 90s. He's talking about not using drugs. It's real funny because he's
Don't
not
use
good at
drugs.
public speaking. He's slurring his speech, and
I-
the McDonald's logo is right there in the background the whole time. It's weird.
Yeah, like, the
Come
thing
to-
is,
stop using drugs. Come to McDonald's or something like that. It's funny. It's real funny.
the NFL
It's kind of a drug anyway.
swept a major issue under the rug to pander to the white people.
Yeah.
Not the right people. The people who feel like
To
to the
patriots.
racists,
To
some
patriots.
racists,
To-
patriots,
Not Patriots.
slash-
That's
Wait,
too
did you
And
far.
then
hear-
they
did you-
blackballed Colin Kaepernick,
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a real question I deal with
who
constantly.
as a rookie took his team to what, the division?
I don't. Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question, and this is a question that I always end up asking myself. How do you feel, Caleb, Nate, being patriotic? How do you feel about it? Like,
damn.
I always deal with this.
That's a thin line.
I always deal
between
with this
patriotic
around
and
the
racist.
summertime
That's
because,
when we
like,
define it.
4th of July, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to wear an American T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Or American bandana, but then I think about it, like, damn, like I feel like my country really don't fuck with me like that. Like, how do you feel? Like, do you have?
I'm
I
not
have
patriotic at all.
an inner conflict with patriotism because where else am I going to claim? Like,
Yeah.
this is all I know.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's mixed. So my initial thought on patriotism is that like the one that everyone sees is kind of like the I don't know what's the best way to word it. Like the patriotism that makes the news is the Christianity that makes the news. So that's like Westboro. Like that's the Christianity you see on the news.
Nationalism.
Yeah.
So it comes out as nationalism. My personal exercise of patriotism is like being proud of things from here. Not necessarily being proud of my country, because I'm not most of the time.
It's a lot to be
but
ashamed
like,
of.
to me, patriotism is similar to supporting local business. For real. Like, companies that are here, businesses that do work here, charities that work with homeless here, poor here, disenfranchised and unfortunate here. I'm proud of the people that live in this country that make it better, and I'm patriotic for them. But I'm not patriotic about what our military does, what our government has done, what our government is doing.
Yeah.
So, like, I know by and large the definition of patriotism is, like, pride and respect for your country.
I mean, it used to be like
But
noted.
patriotism's also made up. It's a made-up word by Americans, like, relatively recently.
Everything's made up.
Because-
Stay woke.
Yeah.
Everything's permitted.
Because, like, right when John Oliver started his show,
But you said like be like buy American. Like that's a form of patriotism. So like what are you saying? Like
But
buying
here, like I've
local and-
spent time talking to people who work in service
get a Honda,
industries in
get a
different
Cadillac.
countries, in Mexico and Dominican. I love being from America. Like, but at the same
World
time, I have this huge dark cloud over my head that tells me that America doesn't want me here, doesn't love me. Does that make sense? So that's where my inner conflict comes from.
I hate to be the what's the expression I've recently learned to
Colonizer?
dislike, the yeah but guy.
Yeah, but
How
Well, I
like,
need that though. That's what I'm asking.
Right. I'm wondering if what other country you could live in that would save you from that treatment.
I don't feel it's like me.
From what treatment?
For me,
Racial treatment. So, any form of
Most
segregation and
said-
mistreatment.
they got world nigga laws.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get mistreated in,
I go
in
overseas
England
and I
and
get
in
overseas.
France.
if I'm from Dominican, right, and I'm born and raised in Dominican, I don't know anything different.
Right.
Like, I know from being from this country and being in a place where I have made a way for myself that's possible here, and it could be possible everywhere else, but it looks harder than it would be from here. You know what I'm saying?
So you think you've had it harder because you're in the States, maybe?
No, I'm just saying, like, everyone, it's going to be hard for everyone.
We
like,
lucky we live
sure.
in the States.
We're lucky, but we're lucky to a large part that we live in the States.
Yeah. I mean, we're not
In
the only
comparison.
We're not the only country with freedom.
Right. I mean, we could have
So-
been born in Switzerland and been good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But we're not.
but a
But
lot
we
of
could also
people-
been born in fucking like name a place that's fucking like Mexico. We could have been born
Yeah.
just as easily
Downtown
in Mexico City.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can like, I talked to a kid who works at a bar at a resort, but when he leaves work, he has to catch a bus, blah blah blah. But he has to pay a drug cartel a monthly fee for protection. We
Gang,
don't know
gang.
nothing about that.
The shit you see in every TV show.
You don't know nothing about that life.
Right.
And if there was a resort in Mexico that I heard about recently that didn't pay the cartel on time, and the cartel took it over. Nigga, I don't even know what that means.
They walked in there.
I could talk, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's ours now.
we're very fortunate to be in America where we can work these jobs and we can live a certain type of life.
Relatively free.
You just gotta
Relatively
hope
free.
that you don't get shot.
Right. But like how do you but when you look at all these stories, when you look at these Roseanne Bars, let's bring it back full circle. Look at the Roseanne Bars, you look at the disparity between active shooters in real life and simple traffic stops. You see how they're treated differently. Because even today, the Santa Fe student recorded a video of him, and news outlets are like talking about it. He was brought into custody, if I'm not mistaken. Like, motherfuckers stole a blunt and didn't make it home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sandra Bland. Like there's so many instances where I can just say, like, list off like this reaction happened. How do you feel patriotic as a black man in a world that doesn't fuck with you like that? And I always deal with this around this time because it's like the 4th of
Coming right
July
up.
coming up and the Independence Day. Like,
And patriotism's
I feel awkward
Everywhere.
wearing my American flag bandana.
Low key, that's why I got married on 4th of July. So I have an actual reason to be happy that day. But something that sticks out to me is that, like, we just talked about, like, all these places that, like, life is shit. But, like, most of those people are still proud of, like, where they're from.
yeah.
Most of those
Absolutely.
people are really happy too.
So
Like I said,
patriotism is
I
not
wouldn't know
just-
the difference if I lived there.
Yeah. And so, like, the reason I bring that up is that these people are proud of their homeland or fatherland or motherland, however they term it, because they see the good in it, which is the same reason I'm proud of America, right? I'm not proud of like the shit, right? If you talk to a kid that was born and raised in Juarez that grew up and owns a restaurant or some shit, he's proud of Juarez and of Mexico because of the people he loves, right? Not the cartels. He's not proud of that shit, of course. And so every time you ask someone why they're proud of where they live or if they're proud of where they live, you're going to get, unless I think the person is trying really hard to be woke, you're going to get a mix of I don't like some things and I love other things.
So
Because humans have a propensity to just lean towards the looking at the good stuff.
Yet there's statistics that say that we bond closely or more closely, such as 70 to 80% more over the negative.
Well,
So,
we bond over negative because
yeah.
that's empathy. And you share that stuff with empathy.
Patriotism is having or expressing devotion to and vigorous support for one's country. I'm going to say
I'm not patriotic.
I'm not patriotic.
No, that doesn't, yeah.
I support this country a great many ways. I think that for a large portion of the world, they can come here and start a restaurant or a boutique and support their family, and or as shitty as it sounds, working in a kitchen and sending their money back home,
Which makes a lot of sense.
right? And
Yeah, when they're getting
it works for
$2.50 a day.
it works for a lot of people. Yeah, you can come here and make $5 an hour working in a kitchen. That's like 15 times more money a day than.
Yeah.
But
Everything costs more.
so it
here,
works
though,
for a lot of
so.
people, and I am proud of a lot of aspects of it. But I can say without much doubt that I'm not very patriotic. I'm very ashamed of a lot of things
Yeah, for sure.
we're known for.
See, that right there, guys, is an improvised topic that gave us some substance.
How about that?
Oh,
Look at that.
That's what that is.
Look at that.
Someone knows what they're doing.
That's a legit question that problem that I've had. Like, and I have this I want to. It's like a sports team. Like I want to
Yeah,
rep
dude.
the sports team.
I don't think I would wear a flag or anything like it.
Every time I do, I feel terribly awkward.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I would look at that and go, one,
gotta do that.
there's something called flag law. It's not in the Constitution, but you're not supposed to wear it. But two, that would feel weird. 3, it's tacky. But like, I don't know. There's a right one, wrong way to do it. But like, yeah, there's something called a flag law, by the way. You're not supposed to wear
flag
it.
code.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear it.
It's not supposed to be worn.
You're not supposed to wear. But
make
obviously,
some-
the people who like care about all the flag rules, they kind of look that over when they
When John Bon Jovi is wearing the flag.
Oh yeah. Or when the flag is being laid horizontally at the football game, that they're mad that people are kneeling for it.
Yo.
You don't support the troops.
Yeah. Neither do you, motherfucker. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? All right, so let's move on.
We got time. It's been an hour.
Yeah, but last episode we went hour 30.
Yeah, but
You want to
but-
reel it in?
You got it.
I think we should really.
no. But is it 60-minute shit show?
Yeah, okay, it's been 60 minutes of shit, and then the 30 minutes will be good. There's 30 minutes that are good, and 60 minutes of shit show.
And he says he edits it, so he can.
No, I'm not gonna
Nah, he
edit
doesn't
it.
edit.
I'm not gonna edit it.
How about one more?
We
There
only
only
have
is one.
we have one more topic.
No, we got to do our wrap up. What we're playing and all that shit, music and movies and.
So you want to skip that? But I want to get this before the NBA Finals start. It's a really.
LeBron James.
All right, so we'll come back to it.
Go ahead.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
What's
'Cause
up?
it's gonna be the
Finals start
same
tomorrow.
It's gonna be the same thing next time.
Okay.
But it just won't be as pertinent because
Tease them with it. What is it?
Go for it.
is the NBA broken?
Sure.
The same NBA matchup for the 4th year. The same NBA Finals matchup the 4th year.
Yeah.
Is the NBA broken?
I don't think it's broken. I think it's a situation where you have a lot of good players at one time. The New York Yankees won the World Series in like 96, 98, 99, 2000, 2001. Like they won all those years.
It's
And they went
dynasties,
all
which is
plus
Golden
one.
State, and then there's the greatest basketball player in the world, LeBron
Yeah.
James,
So yes, but
who
but
drugged
doesn't that
some
mean
sorry
it's broken?
motherfuckers to the.
I mean, technically, no.
It's not broken.
Like
no
the draft
disparity?
the draft is random, and it's a lottery, right? It's a lotto, isn't it?
LA
It's
wins
a
that
lot
shit.
of the worst. The worst teams play, like the teams who didn't make the playoffs get entered into the lottery.
Are there
sometimes
Yeah.
in basketball they will trade say
Yeah,
we
trade
want
for a
this
lotto pick.
motherfucker. We'll give you a first round pick next year.
Yeah, it's
Right,
pretty
but
broke.
Right.
But it's pretty,
Is there salary caps?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pay fines though.
So, but
If every team is coming to the table with the same amount of money, like
That's
Yeah,
better.
it's
That's
not-
better than
so
the
you're saying it's
MLB.
not broken
Major League
I don't think
Baseball,
it's
the
broken.
Yankees won for 10 years
Because
because
of-
like, they spend so much
and
more
they're
money.
gonna
because
win this
Steinberg,
year.
The richest team.
They're
Steinberg
gonna
was like,
win
Yeah,
this
write
year.
the check.
Yeah, because
cut the
George
check.
Steinbrenner was just like, yo.
Steinbrenner was like, cut the check.
Yeah, like the Yankees consistently spend like over $200 million a year to field the team, and the Oakland Athletics spend like $35 million.
Yeah.
And like
Cardinals
both of
probably
those teams
spend nothing.
compete against each other.
So, are you saying the NBA is broken or is not broken?
I'm saying it's not broken. It's just an extremely statistically unlikely occurrence of a very good team and a very good player not being on the same.
I mean,
not being
and
the same.
I'm gonna say it's broken because
Kevin Durant and Draymond Green, they're taking pay cuts.
oh, for sure, which is great. That's fine, right? If you can fit it all under the salary cap, that's fine. But how come all these teams who perform overtime greater than these teams, how come they're not winning? Like, how come they're not in? Like, are we talking about
The East,
we're talking about rigged games?
the East is
Referees
because
in the NBA have been notoriously known for rigging games.
they're not rigging for LeBron. You know that.
He's the
he got
NBA
every-
darling.
If he got every foul
Yeah,
that he
didn't-
was supposed to get,
Didn't the team miss
He
like
would score 60
27
points.
three-pointers in
I
a row?
I will
Yeah.
say but okay.
playoffs are a different show, man.
If you lose 20, if you miss 27 three-pointers,
I made a status that said I'm never going to do anything 44 times and only be successful 7
That's
times at
actually
it.
crazy.
Because they went
actually the
7 to
definition.
44 that game.
What
in
they did
threes.
was the actual definition of crazy.
But the
It's
number
not,
one
though.
team in the West all of a sudden shoots
Being crazy.
on a very decisive
Insane.
game, shoots the most horrendous three-point shooting in NBA history. 27 misses in a row.
27. I think after
Is the
10
NBA broken?
I
Is
think
a
after
legitimate
10
question.
yeah,
They
I
only
don't know if
need
that's
to
a
hit
question.
4 to
like,
win, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm talking conspiracy theory,
Yeah, that's
like-
way deeper than the NBA's broken. That's like,
but that's a problem.
if that's the case, the NBA is working
You
very
think they-
well, just not for the
you
fans.
think they
Oh,
missed
have-
those shots on purpose?
Have
Is that
we
what you're
falling?
saying?
Are we falling into the NBA wrestling arena?
Everybody wanted to see
People
Houston
fucking
win.
love wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I love the NBA,
So if you're gonna
but
have
it's
like,
scripted.
if you're gonna have,
Wrestling's choreographed.
It's not scripted, bro.
How much money does the NBA make
There's too
if
many
the
variables.
if 2 series go 4 games sweeps? How much money do they make? How much money do they lose if it goes 4 games? A lot, right?
how much do they make if it goes 3 more?
That
If
was
they-
game
they
7,
make
though. That was
a
game 7,
lot
bro.
more.
Like game 5,
Game 7?
Game 5 is already more people because they didn't think it would go that far. Game 6 is even more. Game 7, everyone's watching because it's definitive.
Game 7 is going to make more money than game 1 through 6.
Yeah.
How are you going to tell me this company doesn't want that?
I'm sure they do want it.
Hey, Boston, you have the number 1 record in the NBA this year in the East. Or number 2. This team you're playing has number 5,
You
but he has
think- I think
LeBron
that's fair.
James. Take a fall. Here's $100 million. Take a fall. We're gonna make
It's got to
500
be
million.
way more than 100 million. man.
Like, hey, it's a business. See ya. Get out of here.
You'd have to pay off every single person on that team.
No. You have to pay the refs off. You have to pay the coach off. That's 4 people. Hey, I mean, I'm just saying,
It's not rigged, bro.
4 years in a row of the same
They got
matchup.
4
Conspiracy
All-Stars.
theories are impossible. It takes too many
It
hands.
started with 3 All-Stars. What's rigged is the NFL, okay? That's rigged. We all know that. We seen Cam Newton try to pick up that ball that was right on his foot. That's rigged.
I had a buddy just say that pay to win wasn't invented by video games. They just made it the most efficient.
Well, hey.
But yeah, they
some-
got 4 All-Stars, dog. What do you think? They're going to go to the Cup every trip.
All right, guys. Listen, I like to take the information I'm given and make my own decision on it, and I feel like shit ain't adding up.
Do
in
you
the
think-
NBA.
Okay. I was about to ask if you like.
You
Do you,
seen them players play?
do you
What
think?
are you talking about?
How is this motherfucker? I've also seen this dude do this for 82 games over 10 months, and all of a sudden he doesn't know how to put this thing in that hole.
You know, you play basketball.
Stress, my
You
dude.
can play basketball, right?
Pressure.
And outside shooting is all mental.
This nigga was so mad during every time I've seen him watch LeBron James' team, and all of a sudden, Game 7, they play all of a
They
sudden,
didn't play good.
minus
They didn't play good. Celtics are just not good. They don't have any superstars.
How do they get this far into the season then?
Exactly. When you facing the king, bro, and you're
They didn't play Cleveland, and they
Wrestling.
in the first of the 84 games they didn't play Cleveland once.
Wrestling.
they lost to him twice.
Caleb.
Didn't they lose to him?
Wrestling.
They lost to him with Kyrie Irving.
He's got a point. If they've lost to him the entire season, then they got this far.
They lost to him with Kyrie Irving. The first game
That doesn't
they
mean
lost,
they're bad just because they can't win against Cleveland.
Well, you said they had no
it's a
superstars.
very young. They got no superstars.
And
They
they're
weren't
all
gonna
young.
win.
But so they're good enough to get to the finals.
Yeah.
Here's the
they
thing,
were
though.
really good.
There's a very tried and true thing that happens in almost all sports, and that's that if a team full of new kids plays really well and gets to the playoffs, they shit their pants. Like the Chicago Cubs,
He's
the
nervous.
year before the Cubs won the World Series, they played great, beat the Cardinals in the first round, and then lost. Like, and everyone was like, "But they had the best record in baseball." They were all young, and when you're young and when you're on a stage where there's only 4 teams playing in the league tonight because that's all that's left. Like that shit. You guys have all gotten to the top 10 in PUBG.
Let's rate this. Yeah,
Hang on.
let's rate this to
Y'all
PUBG.
have all gotten to the top 10 in PUBG.
When you're in the top 10,
how bad do you think your shooting gets for the last
You're
couple
not
minutes?
looking at anything right
that last couple minutes, your shooting gets terrible, dog. Like,
Yeah.
or just how
Who
you
we looking
feel when you get into like contact with people, like when the round first starts, like you first land, you don't get like super anxious or nervous. You like you kill them or
Yeah.
you die. I get most of my kills early on. Later on, it is really hard to shoot.
PUBG
Nerves.
for real is a good analogy to this because the beginning of season with a bunch of new guys is tense and you're like but then the middle part of the game where you're kind of in your groove and you're going through checking buildings and looting and moving up to next like strategic positions and following the ring, like you get into a system where you're like, oh, I get this,
You get a little rhythm.
it makes sense. Oh, there's a few people coming up, I'm gonna take them on, or I lost, whatever. But like, once you get to the end of that game, the first 10 times we got to the top 10, the first 15 times we got to the top 10, we all lost our shit,
Yeah, man.
right?
Or
Right?
when you fucking
I feel like I'm
win.
talking to one person right now. and it's
No,
me.
I'm with you.
This is how the old show used to be all the time.
Yeah, it's for real. But the first, like when we first got there, we were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Now that we've been playing for like 6 months, when we get to top 10, we're like, relax, chill, take a deep breath.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even
exactly.
scream. Like
Paying
nobody's screaming.
and you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So if you're a young team, that same shit happens. And once you get good and once you get used to each other, you start winning. You start winning when it's important.
I just think I would feel the same way in any sports ever. World Cup, baseball, like football. If it was the same 2 teams for 4 years in a row in the finals, there's a problem here.
Well, it's LeBron 8 years in a row.
That's
That's one.
And that's a problem.
He's the king.
I
Jordan
get that.
won 6 in a row.
No, he won 3 in a row. Stopped.
He retired.
won,
Yeah.
won 3 in a row. Okay, that's just my thoughts. I think it's broken.
I don't think it's.
Yeah,
broken.
I mean,
It's sports.
I think
man.
maybe the system that's supposed to balance the NBA out is broken. But I don't think it's broken just because these 2 teams exist. I think it's broken because they can't produce a team that can knock them off.
Interesting.
no other team
Like
got
when you're
4
playing,
all-stars.
like when you're playing Mario Kart and you're in first place, you go slower than the guy that's in last place. That guy gets faster speed and better power ups so that he can knock out the guy in first.
Now the speed I don't know, but the power ups is true.
No, it's called rubber banding.
It's
That's
called rubber
absolutely true.
banding. Yeah.
I
You
know
go
that.
slower.
Because when I play Mario Kart and I play it to this day, when I'm in first place, I never lose. I never freeze.
Never.
What did he do? He froze.
Never.
He froze
Like
like,
an
a
antelope in
man.
headlights.
antelope in headlights.
And now we need to play Mario Kart. Now we need to play Mario Kart.
I love when he sees
It's
Nakia
a-
and he just goes,
Hey.
A lot of people don't catch
like
that.
a breathy hi.
oh, he like sits up too, like, hi.
I
Like,
loved
he
it.
just-
I loved it.
Um,
Such a good movie.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Mario
great.
Kart on
Greatest
Switch.
hits.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Greatest hits. Whatever. Quick hits. What do you
No,
call it?
Science
Pusha
Corner
T
with Ben.
Daytona.
I ain't
Science
got
corner.
shit. Move on. Next.
Shit, Ben. You trying to... All right. Oh, yeah, we got 13 minutes. Quick hits, video games. Boom. I have been playing... I just bought Street Fighter 30th Anniversary for nostalgia purposes. I didn't like it that much. I actually regretted the purchase after I got it. Like it was like $30
How many
wasted.
games? How many games? Are there?
12, but it's like 12
They
of the
got Street
same
Fighter
game.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking
Oh, they got
fighting game.
Impact?
It's been
Play-
the same for 30 years.
Play
No,
Alpha?
but it's like 12 of the different versions.
No,
of
it's
the,
not. Play Alpha 3, very different, and
Alpha
play Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Very
Yep.
Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. 3 very different games.
This
I
is why I
low-key
don't
got
play
it.
fighting games.
I low-key got it for the party, like so we can play it during the
Oh
party.
yeah,
Oh,
we're,
yeah.
we're gonna fucking play for the
It'd be
party.
fun, right?
Yes, we are.
Oh yeah.
It won't be fun. This is why I don't play fighting games, because this motherfucker knows his shit and never pulled punches. So when I was like 6, he was playing like an asshole, and I got my ass kicked for 10 years. And now people are like, "You want to play Mortal Kombat?"
I
And
love fighting games.
You get a violent reaction.
I physically like, no.
I love fighting
He's
games,
supposed to
and
make
I
you
had
better.
I had to play Steve and Chris.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I had to play Ian. And Ian's
You remember when Steve like wrecked Ian
no.
at the Game Crazy, dog?
I remember the event. I don't
They're
remember how
playing.
it turned
They're
out.
playing Third Strike.
Yeah.
And there's a system on Third Strike where you can parry. Well, Steve is like really, really good.
He's a fighter mutant. Yeah.
He let Ian win, and like for most of the fight, he had like an inch of health. Ian throws this like super fireball, and he just fucking parried all of them and like low kicked them. And it was hella mad.
Like I can get into watching fighting games.
Oh,
because
yeah.
that shit's lit. But like,
I'm too
pretty
competitive
good.
to like fold to my friends.
I just
I've
beat-
never played Steve or Chris though.
It's not gonna be fun.
But I gotta play with you guys.
have
and
you
I'm
played
like,
with Ian?
No.
Yeah. He's
Don't-
serious. He's real serious.
I'll tell you the worst.
These are people that study.
Tekken.
I need to hang out with
memorize
Ian soon.
move
So there's-
sets.
Playing
yeah,
Steve and Tekken is the worst.
When you look at a fighting game, they have something called frames
Yeah.
and how long a move takes.
Yeah.
They know these things.
Yeah, they know the
Yeah.
frame.
So if you do a heavy,
Oh,
if you do a heavy tack, they know it takes 12 frames. So they go into the medium tack, which takes 10.
There was a guy
Fuck,
at
that's so
UMSO.
absurd.
Yeah.
We would play in the underground, which is our cafeteria at UMSO back in '99. And there was this Asian guy, and he'd be on Tekken. I forgot 3, maybe, and he would play with King, and literally it would be
Ooh,
one
wait.
fucking
Yep.
move.
That's not Tekken. That's SNK, right? King of Fighters.
They both have kings.
They have a
Oh,
king.
okay.
The
Okay.
king is the wrestler with a tiger head.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
King and
Steve
then
Other
King.
He's
Yeah.
got one move that you can string.
He would
that'll take
would
your entire
and
health
He
bar.
would just
Yeah.
do it every time. He would just do it, and he would just be sitting there like this, just hitting buttons, and you're like, "What the fuck? I
Yeah.
can't get out of it."
It's
Like,
one
and that was
combo.
it.
It's one
It's one
combo.
combo.
It was insane.
It's
See,
not
my
easy to do.
mom just commented, "I just hit all the buttons as fast as possible
And that works.
win." That's also why I don't fucking play these games.
Yeah.
Sure, right?
Because I would learn and then play against like my younger brother, and he'd just be like beep boop
Yeah.
beep boop, and I would explode.
You're not
Like,
beating
cool,
me button mashing.
cool.
You can forget about it.
I play shooters because I'm better at them than you.
I beat God of War.
Oh, I didn't beat it.
Game's incredible.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. I was a little sad it didn't cover more, but then I go back to the old God of War games and they didn't cover everything in
Can
one
we
time
have a
either.
negative
yeah.
quick
We'll get
hits?
another one.
What is wrong with my fucking Xbox? Why doesn't a goddamn joystick stay connected? It's fucking
a
annoying.
problem.
It
Yeah.
happens to his.
That happens
It's
to
a
me.
problem. It's a
What
problem.
the
Just
fuck?
plug- just plug it
That's
in.
why y'all
It's a
fucking
problem.
getting ready to go
I
bankrupt.
have
and
to
shit.
restart
Except
my
they're not.
console
Man.
often because of that. Like it
I'm
happens.
so sick of it.
Like I'll just be sitting there.
Have you gotten a new controller?
Yeah, dude, bro.
I have a brand
spent
new
one weekend
Xbox.
because it's happened. I had a 1S, and it kept happening. So I went and bought a new controller out of pocket. Same shit. Then I got the 1X. I paid the difference. 2 new controllers now. Same shit.
You've got some interference going on.
It's no interference,
Only thing I
bro.
could
I
possibly
got
think of
nothing
is
in
the
my
headset.
room.
The only thing that's changed is the headset.
I don't know. There's something going on.
I got nothing
Maybe
in
someone
my
that
room.
lives near you has an Xbox and the controller's trying to.
Something going on. You got
That's
some
no
interference or
excuse.
something.
That's no excuse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did
That's
that ever
weird.
happen to you while you
Have you
playing
guys
God of War?
Have you guys Googled the issue?
Not too much help. Not too much help.
Not too much help.
No.
It's not okay.
I want a PS4 Pro really bad, and the reason being why is slightly, maybe 10% God of War, 100% Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What is it? What is the
Such
game
a
that I want
nerd.
to play?
The Last of
Days
Us?
End.
Days Gone.
Days
Days
Gone.
Gone.
I want to play that so bad. And
Zero
I saw.
Horizon.
I was watching Detroit, and it looks like
Detroit.
such an amazing, different gaming experience that I'm used to.
It'll be very different than what anything else you've played.
I like those
It's
games,
very
so
similar
they
to the
fun.
other games that are out there.
Don't know what games?
There's a game called Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
and Heavy Rain.
And a game called Heavy Rain. It's
I
very
love
similar to
Heavy Rain.
those because it's the same developer.
It's like a cinematic. You watching a movie and you
Yeah.
kind of just like
it
dictate
looks like
where
it
goes.
looks like a movie. This android is being abused. The
Yeah.
child was being abused by the father. The scene I saw. It looked like a movie, which would be
Talking about
amazing.
Black people.
if like, I don't know, it looked really amazing. It just looked amazing.
It's got old boy from Grey's Anatomy in it.
I never watched Grey's
The light
Anatomy.
skin
The
guy.
light-skinned dude that's
who's
super
woke.
outspoken. Yeah, super woke.
Oh, the Williams.
Yeah, Jesse Williams.
Yeah,
Jesse Williams.
Yeah.
He is super woke.
There's issues with Beyond.
He's super woke.
Yeah, there's issues with Detroit that are deep, and like we don't have time to talk about them. But suffice it to say that like,
Wait, why don't we have time to talk about him?
okay, fuck it.
Why doesn't Xbox have any
Here's the thing.
exclusives? I just want to
Their
know.
Xbox is gonna come out of the gate this year swinging. Okay, there's
We have 7
rumors.
minutes. We need to stop talking about it.
There's rumors that Xbox is gonna make Rocksteady's next
know what?
game exclusive.
Everybody, shut up. If you're a real gamer, own both consoles.
I have
Stop
both
this
consoles.
fucking argument.
I have both consoles,
Good.
and
we
I
have nothing
hate
to-
one.
Great. Move on.
No, you don't.
I
You
only
love
play
Xbox.
PUBG.
It's not weird that someone want exclusives from Xbox. We haven't had a Gears of War that was good in a while. We haven't had a Halo in 3 years. We haven't had Crackdown in 7 years.
Real gamers own both. Move on.
That's
No,
fine.
that's
I
not-
own
that's
both,
not-
and one is disappointing.
Real gamers own both is problematic too.
No, it's
because-
not.
Yes, it is because you can
Yeah, it
own
is.
one and be a real gamer.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's fine. But
Hey, I have a PC.
if you want to play games off both consoles,
There's-
own both consoles.
There's someone who's like, oh, I don't have
And
I
then
don't
stop
have a
bitching. But he was
console.
not-
I'm a real gamer. I play
I'm
PC.
bitching
Nobody,
because one is letting
nobody
me
brought up
down.
wanting to play games on both consoles. He said he wanted Xbox to have exclusives.
but he's trying to say that one's better than
I,
the other.
I didn't think one was better. That's
And-
why I spent $500
and wage
for it.
and you're gonna keep waging this console war.
I'm
that
not waging it. To me,
The Xbox is garbage.
to
and
me, it's
PlayStation-
garbage.
Right.
Apples and
Right.
oranges.
Xbox is garbage.
Except for it don't make no sense like if we be compared.
Yeah, PlayStation's better. Okay, got it.
I
Got it.
Straight
I
up,
sacrificed.
Straight up, you're being
And I
you're being
thought it was
devil's
gonna be-
advocate right now. But
I
like straight up,
sacrificed, and I
PlayStation
thought-
has had better exclusives. It is not outside the box for someone who has owned an Xbox and wants to play the Xbox more. Want to have exclusives.
That's all. That's all. I want a
own an
reason to play the game.
If you own an Xbox and you look at the last 5 years and see Last of Us, Beyond Two Souls, Horizon Zero Dawn, and God of War, and then look at Xbox and you've got Recore, fucking
Come on, we're gonna need
Sea
more.
of Thieves. Like, what do you?
You're
you see what I'm
struggling
saying?
here. Yeah. Okay. Let's.
I'm struggling to name Xbox exclusives.
Come on, you know that. You know
Exclusive PlayStation, like PlayStation.
I don't care because I own both,
exactly, but you.
so it doesn't
Being a-
bother me.
So
It bothers me.
All right,
Anyway.
guys.
Because when an
Anyway.
exclusive comes out, I can play it because I have both.
All right, guys.
I
Moving
went and
on.
bought that super powerful system.
All right,
and for
what
not,
I-
for not.
anyway,
Probably shouldn't have.
Moving on.
no, Detroit's problematic because David Cage, the like creative director in charge, is kind of. He has some problematic things he brings up in his games, and notably like that scene where that kid's getting abused. If that's playable, it kind of confers that like you're responsible for whether or not the kid gets beaten, which like is a weird way of victim blaming. Like, yo, if you would have just like said the right things, maybe dad wouldn't have hit you. That's fucked up.
I see that.
Also, like, there's allegations about sexual harassment and shit in the workplace, and like his response wasn't like, "We'll look into this." It was, "Nope, we're suing the people who said that," and they're actually suing a couple of like journalistic establishments, which is weird.
I kind of not mad at that.
No, I
I'd
mean,
rather
if he-
you be
if
like,
he's-
I'd rather you be like,
Let's
nope,
take this to court.
fuck that, than be like, oh, maybe
Yeah,
I
let's take this to
was.
court.
That's a good
Maybe
point.
I was.
Let's take it. Let's have some due process. Let's take
Prove
it
it.
to court. Yeah.
Oh, dude, if he
Prove
ends
it.
up winning,
Hey,
if he ends up winning and these people
see.
lied about it, like that's a big deal.
Prove
Anyway, what I'm playing, video
Right.
games.
Prove it.
Let's move on.
Movies.
What I haven't touched,
Go ahead.
motherfucker, this dude. I'm playing the shit out of State of Decay.
You like it?
If you like zombie
Game's
games,
broke as fuck.
it's. I have both systems.
Ain't
I
no
don't really
Xbox.
care, but I'll complain
That
about
game's-
every fucking game
that
that's
game's
out.
broke as fuck.
And that one night was the one time I had issues.
H1Z1 one is kind of boring.
He won't let me get a word in about how Sea of Thieves is missing shit. He'll just be like, then don't play it.
Dude.
Yo, it's broke as fuck.
He
Then
has
don't play it.
Why?
He has a on the
Why do you
small of his
want that
back
game?
has a tattoo of the Sea of Thieves logo. On his ankle it says Microsoft. Like he
Ben
loves Sea of
wants
Thieves.
to be at sea.
I do.
I was on a
Okay, guilty.
I was last
You're gonna
Tuesday.
catch me on something.
Last Tuesday, I was on a catamaran
Booty
and I was
trash.
watching these young guys pull up the sails, and I immediately thought to myself, Ben,
Ben
would
would
fucking
love
love
this.
this. And I turned to Aaron like, Ben would love this.
You're right. I
Man, we
would.
gotta get you on a boat, bro. We're gonna get you on a boat for your
Please.
birthday
He's-
next
he
year.
is.
Please and thank you.
Please be a pirate next year for
Don't
Halloween.
put me on a dinghy in Creve Coeur Lake. Like, get me out on the ocean somewhere.
Be a pirate. You got to be a pirate next year. Or for this year for Halloween.
He's a
You have
pirate
to.
every day. He doesn't need to be a pirate for Halloween.
All right, we got to go.
All right.
So,
What's up?
yeah, I think it's time. We're
Movies?
2 minutes away from a cutoff time. And I think they have a session coming up.
All right. Anybody
So-
watch any movies they like?
Annihilation, didn't like it. Go.
Annihilation, loved it. Deadpool, pretty good.
Deadpool,
Love
pretty
Deadpool.
good.
Definitely gotta go.
Solo, pretty good.
Solo
All
was
right,
really good.
We'll talk more about it next week. We just got shut off.
Adios.
All right.
Huh.
Interesting.
Young Nas.
Can we do an outro?
I feel like Tech's gonna be bent about that.
We have been here for 2
Bye.
Huh? We have been here for 2 hours.
That's true. Bye, everybody. We got cut off. Peace.